All right, guys, welcome into It's the Law. Attorney Jay Davis is here. He's our legal expert with James W. Davis and Associates. Jay, appreciate you coming on.
Good to be here, Michael.
We had somebody call in. They've got a question.
Hey, good deal.
Okay.
Always want the call-ins. Bring
We
them on.
want the call-ins. Bring them on, he says. So this woman is living in an apartment, pays rent, has a landlord, et cetera, et cetera. She's got black mold. She tells us she can't live there. Conditions are poor. The landlord hasn't done anything about it. She says, what can I do?
What can you do? Well, the first thing you can do is move. When you have black mold, it's getting to be a bigger and bigger problem. A lot of people are really concerned about it. Now, we always have some sort of mold in a place. That's not going to be enough. If it's black mold, you need to get out of there, because even if you've got an action against your landlord, you have to mitigate your damages. You can't just keep on breathing it in, cause yourself health problems, and then try to sue your landlord for how bad your health got while you were sitting there in the black mold. You have to do something about it once you know about it. But typically, a landlord-tenant's requirements are the home has to stay in the same form it was when a tenant rented it. So if you rent a home with some problems or an apartment with some problems, then you're sort of stuck with those. If there's a promise by the landlord to fix it, then you just got to hope he does, because it's really going to be how you got it. But if you're under a long lease, a year lease or whatever, and it changes, let's say the mold just came up, then you can require that your landlord fix that problem. However, mold is something that's going to take a little while, so you're going to have to remove yourself for a period of time.
Get out of there.
You got to get out of there. The first thing you got to do is get out of there when it's a mold problem.
So if let's say the mold was already there, can she sue? Can she take this?
Well, a lot of times if the mold was already there and you can prove that the landlord knew about it ahead of time, and didn't disclose it, that's probably not a habitable place. Mold's got various degrees of it. So one person might be susceptible to mold, and it might not be enough to bother somebody else, and that might be an acceptable level. But if it's at a level that is deemed to be beyond any type of habitable level, then the place is inhabitable. If the landlord knew about it and rented it, that's a problem. If he didn't know about it and they both find out about it, it's a mutual mistake. You can void the contract. You're not responsible for any damages for voiding that contract. You get out of that contract, and either you can sue, to try to, the landlord couldn't provide what he promised to pay, but it would be a defense if the landlord sued you to try to get the money to recoup under the lease.
Well, she should go. She should go.
Get out of there first, and then come see me.
Then come see Jay Davis.
There you go.
Now we're talking. All right, if there's another question that you want answered, we're happy to have him. Jay wants the calls. Just send us an email to itsthelaw@41nbc.com. We'll check that one off.
Email or call. Sounds good.
Listen to